Okay, so in this lesson we are going to talk about route summarization. Okay, so I think we have completed the RIP version 1 and RIP version 2 communication. After that, these are the labs for you. So here we will be working for route summarization. Okay, that what is route summarization? So if you have seen these things in our networking class, I have explained you about the summarization, that how the multiple networks which is coming towards this router. Okay, so how you can reduce this multiple networks to a single network. So this IP means this route summarization is the process where you can summarize multiple networks to a single network. Okay, so here multiple networks are coming to this router, and you will see the routing table like this. Okay, but when this router will share the routing table to router B, he will share the routing table as a summarized routes. And why it is important? Because see, many companies have the routers like this, router A as a edge router. So when it has a edge router, so on the edge router he can receive multiple networks from internet. Okay, so when he is receiving multiple networks from internet, so this router, the edge router, must be a stronger router. Okay, and when he will receive, maybe like he is receiving thousands of networks. Okay, so when he is receiving thousands of networks towards his own router, so his routing table will be very big. So when he will share the same routing table to his neighbor, so this router also must be a stronger router. Okay, and maybe router A, which is connected to his internal routers like this, and they are not stronger routers, and he will share the all routes what he is receiving from internet to his neighbor routers. So maybe these routers can get damaged or get hanged, many other issue will come, because these routers are not stronger as per the edge router. Okay, so he said that, okay, no problem, if you're not stronger as like me, then I will reduce the routing table and I will send to you. So he will reduce the routing table with the help of summarization process, and he will share to the connected routers or neighbor routers. Okay, so if you will come to the first example of this, so suppose this is the first example. So maybe these are the routes which is coming towards router. Okay, so let's take an example here. Okay, so this is the network what is coming towards router. Okay, so let me make one router here. So this is the network which is coming towards router. Okay, and this router has to share this route to his connected neighbor. Okay, so here when these routers are coming to this edge router, but when he is sharing to his neighbor, he will be shared as a single route. Okay, but how these are manual summarization, it's not automatic summarization. Then how this manual summarization will work, right? So the first process, so I'll show you, there are two examples. Okay, so you can select any of them. Okay, so the first example what we are going to work. Okay, so first of all, let's make a box for this. Okay, so first of all you have to define like how many octet you have. So you have here one octet which is common everywhere, so the first octet is common, so you have to write here 1 dot. Okay, second octet is also common, so you just write 1. Okay, other octets are not same. Okay, so you say that okay, other octets are not same, so you say that okay, you just write x dot x, and you don't know the what will be the summarized subnet mask also. Okay, now here you have to keep remember one very important table which is very much important while summarization. This table is very much important. Okay, now for getting this means first here you have to keep in mind that what is your minimum number and maximum number which is in the list. So my minimum is starting as a 1. Okay, you can see here my minimum is starting as a 1 and my maximum is 8. So total how many numbers you need if you count from 1 to 8? So total number you need, which is minimum is 1 and the maximum is 8. So minimum you should say that okay, I want 1 and maximum is 8. Okay, so now you have to find this number in this list. Okay, so your minimum is 1 and maximum is 8. So if you say that okay, I need 8 IP address, right? So 8 IP address, which where you can get 8 IP address? Can you get 8 IP address here? Can you get 8 IP address here? Where you can get 8 IP address? So you will say okay, I can get 8 IP address here in this 8 block. Then you will say okay, let's write it. Then how you will get 8 IP address? So if you start writing this block, right? So you will say okay, so 0 to 7. If you write this block, if you take this block, so you have to start from 0 to 7. But if you are taking, then okay, then you will say okay, 8 to 15. These are the number. If you count from here to here, it's 8 IP address. Now, so your minimum and maximum do okay. So your minimum, when the IP starts from, you can say okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So your minimum is coming in this block, and the maximum number is coming in the second block. But the criteria of summarization is that your minimum and maximum must be in a single block, not in the multiple blocks. Then you will say that okay, no problem. So the required number, which is minimum 1 and the maximum 8, is not matching in this area. Let's come here. So you will say okay, let's write this table. So you will say that 0 to 15. Okay, and then 16 to 31. Now see, if you start writing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so your minimum and maximum number which is in your list, IP list, that is coming under this range. So you will say okay, my required number what I need is matching here. Okay, so this is matching where? So 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bit, 4 bit. So you have to say that okay, how many bit you have default? So default I have 8 bit dot 8 bit plus 4 bit dot 0. So you have 16 plus 4 20. So you should write like this. Your summarized address is 1.1.0.0/20, and the subnet mask is 255.255.240.0. So this is the summarized. If you'll check here in this list, okay, see the required number is matching here. Okay, and then the summarized network is this, okay, and the new subnet mask is this. Okay, same here. If you'll check this second example, okay, so this is your all networks which is coming to your router, okay, with the different subnet mask. But when you will summarize it, now see what is this. So here simply you have to come and write that, okay, here I have see this 172 is common, here I do not have common. So what is your minimum number? Minimum is 18 and maximum is 24. So total how many IP address you need? So I start counting from 18 to 24. Okay, so 18, sorry, not from 17, sorry, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So total you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 IP address, right? From 18 to 24, 8 IP address. So your 8 IP address, where it is matching? It is matching here. Is it matching here? So you will say, okay, let's again try with this. Okay, so the 8 IP address requirement is matching here. So let's write the block size. Okay, so if you write block size 0 to 7, then 8 to 15, and then 16 to 23, 24 to like this. Okay, so this is the block size of this 8. So your requirement IP address, which is 7 to 24, is it coming here? So if you'll say that, okay, 17 is coming here, right, and your 24 IP which is coming here in a different block. So here in summarization I told you that the block size must the required number from minimum to maximum must be in a single block. So you say that no, it's 8 IP address is matching here, but the IP which I need is not matching in a single block size. So let's come here. So you say that, okay, if I'm writing 16 to 31, so my requirement is starting from 17 and 24 is matching here, right? So you will say that, okay, 172.16.0.0 slash what is the requirement? 4. So it is 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay, so this is the summarized address and the subnet mask. Okay, so in this summarization you have this. So your router is connected to ISP. Okay, so these all routes which ISP is sending towards you, and you are, your router is, this router is edge router, so he has a good capacity to handle all the routes. Okay, then when he is sharing to his neighbor, right, he will share it as a single route, not the exact route what he is receiving from ISP, to reduce the routing table of the neighbor routers. Okay, so now let's come and open the lab. Okay, so now I created the lab for the summarization. So this is the route which is on ISP, and now this route will come to R1, which is edge router, but these routes will not come to R3 and R2. Okay, it will be coming as a summarized route, but condition is R2 and R3 will ping to any of these IP address after summarization also. So first of all, you start all your routers, configure the IP addresses. So simply I'll open Notepad. This is the quick configuration option, because the IP address we have a lot. So I'll come here, first command we write here conft, then I'll come here interface loopback 1 IP address, 255.0, and here we don't need to write no shut because it's a loopback address. So if you want, you can write exit and then just copy this. Now it's 1.1.1.1, copy. Now come here, paste. Second IP is 2.1 and the loopback is 2. Third IP address for the loopback 3 is 3.1. 4 loopback 4 is 4.1. Loopback 5 is 5.1. Loopback 6 is 6.1. 7 is 7.1. and 8 is 8.1. So IP configuration is loopback interface is completed. One more interface is there, which is interface E0 by 0, and the IP address is 122.125.168.1, and the subnet mask is, it's a point-to-point link. Okay, then after we'll configure router RIP version 2. Instead of advertising multiple, so I'll just write network all I want to advertise in RIP, and then here I'll type here no auto. Copy, then take a console, so ISP router, just right click, okay, no problem. I think there is mistake. Where is the problem? E0 by 0. E0 by 0 is the problem. Control AC. Okay, now everything is okay. Okay. Now come to edge router. So for edge router, if you want to go with notepad, you can go, but you can type normally. Conft interface E0 by 0, IP address is 122. 252 no shut, and then interface is 0 by 1, IP address is 12.1.1.1 no shut, and then interface is 0 by 2, IP address is 13.1 no shut. This is okay for everyone, so no need to worry, just copy. Now if we'll come to R2, conft interface E0 by 1, 12.2, no shut. Okay, now come to R3. So we are just configuring interface and RIP version 2. You can see here that we are configuring RIP version 2 among everyone. Okay, so R3 conft interface is 0 by 2, IP address is 13.2. Okay, so if you will come on R1 and if you are checking here, so IP route, so you can see here, okay, ISP route is there. Okay, let's come to ISP. So IP interface brief exclude unassign. Yes, IP is there. So IP protocol, routing is advertised, so all connected routes should be here. Why is not coming? Ping 1.1.1.1. Maybe IP the link. Okay, check here. So IP interface brief exclude unassign 122 125 168.2. Okay, the interface is down, that's why. Okay, no problem. Come here, interface is 0 by 0, no shut. Actually interface was down. Now just wait, interface came up. Now you check IP route, just wait for 30 seconds. So first let's try, are you pinging to your, yes, ping is there. Okay, now all the routes came. So as you can see here, all the routes from ISP you are getting on R1. Now come to R2. So IP protocol, you have RIP running. Okay, and then if you type here, so IP route. Okay, so you can see here the same route your edge router is forwarding to the branch router, which is R2. Same R3. Okay, same all the routes which is coming towards you. Now here this is a testing environment, so you can see a small routes, but in the real environment your edge router is connected to ISP, so you will have multiple routes towards R1, right? And those routes, if R1 edge router, if he will forward the same routes to R2 and the same routes to R3, it might create problem in your network, because you know inside the organization some companies they use low level routers, but on the edge they keep higher level routers. So same here, edge router, if edge router will forward the same routes towards R2 and R3, then what is the benefit now? Because here you have kept edge router as a strong, but here you have kept a small router. So edge router have the capacity to handle these routes, but what about your branch routers? So edge router will say that okay, no problem, I have one cap option, then I can summarize the routes and I can forward those summarized routes towards my neighbor. So how you can do that one? So simply you can come towards your edge router and say that okay, conf t interface e0 by 1, which is, let's try the range command is working or not. Interface range e0 by 1 and e0 by 2. Okay, fine, range command is working. So if range command is working, you can directly run that range command and you can run that okay, IP summary address RIP, and the summarized route, remember the summarized route, what is the summarized route? So you can say here, let me copy and come to, so this is the summarized route, you can come and paste it here. Okay, so this is the summarized route, what supposed to be summarized. So you can simply come here and say that okay, 1.1.0.0 and the subnet mask is 255.255.240.0, and then enter, and then here you can write exit. See, if you will not run range command, maybe you have 2 interface, 3 interface, if you do not want to run range command, so you can directly run interface e0 by 1 and then this command. Okay, like I can show you. Okay, like this, you can run like this also, like this. Okay, interface this serial 2 by 1 and serial 2 by 1 individually, but if you use the range command which I have used here, okay, so that range command will advertise directly towards all Ethernet interface, which is E1 and E2, if you can see here in the range command. Okay, now after this, what you have to do, you have to just come exit, and then you have to write here clear IP route, and then star, come here towards R2 also, clear IP route star R3, clear IP route star, enter. And then once the route is, now come to R1, first you verify your own route. So IP route, yes, you are getting all the routes because you are an edge router. Now see that, do you transfer the same routes towards R2? No. Now you have a summarized, the one which I told you, 11100/20, and now if you come R3 also, see it is summarized route. Now the condition is, do your R2 and R3 users are able to ping all the ISP IP which R1 is receiving, all these IP addresses. Let's try. Come here to R2, ping 1.1.7.1, yes, you're pinging 6.1, 8.1, whatever, check random. See, so here you are able to ping to everyone. Even if you are coming to R3 also, ping 1.1.1.1, yes, you're pinging 5, yes, you're pinging see 7, yes, you are pinging. 8, yes, you are pinging. But if you will check your routing table, see in your routing table it is summarized. So this is the benefit of summarization in RIP, that okay, here multiple routes from ISP R1 is receiving multiple routes, but when R1 is transferring to his connected neighbor or branch routers, so he is summarizing those routes. And the benefit of this, that after summarizing also, if these users, okay, if these users wanted to ping, okay, so these users can easily ping to all these routes, which is ISP routes. Even R3 is also able to ping to all these routes. Okay, so this is your benefit of reducing the number of routes on the edge router while sharing with the neighbors. Okay, so here you see here which lab I have done. You can see here I have completed this lab. Now you can design your own lab for this network. Okay, same these networks what is here you have to use on ISP as a loopback. Okay, with the same slash, don't worry about this, with the same subnet. Okay, but when he will summarize like this to his neighbor. Okay, you can do this lab. So these all labs are for you, but I have written command. See here in serial, why I have written individual, because in serial range command do not works. So only for the Ethernet range command works, which is there, but here you have all labs is with the serial. Okay, so now you have to do your own lab. Okay, now check, do we have any other thing apart from this summarization? All is summarization. Okay, here we have some criteria, best path selection process. So remember, I already explained you about the best path selection process, right? That the first criteria will be taken, that okay, so if you are here now, right, and you wanted to communicate to Google, right? So here on your router you have two ISP connected, ISP1 and ISP2. so you are connected to ISP1 with the help of a static route, and second is RIP. Okay, so now you have to find out that okay, if this PC1 wanted to go to Google, so he will follow this route or he will follow this route, right? So according to the criteria, the first is longest prefix. So which ISP is providing with the longest prefix? So you can say there ISP2 is providing Google with the longest prefix, so he will say okay, let me follow this route. Okay, so in this scenario this route will be preferred as a best route. Same here, if you have a static route and RIP. Okay, so here if you are here, right, and you want to ping to 1.1.1.1, okay, so 1.1.1 is reachable from here also and here also. So if you wanted to go, so your router will forward packet towards MTN or towards Camtel. Now tell me, so same criteria, longest prefix. Okay, so he will follow Camtel. Now if you are talking about 2.2.2.2, so here you can see that okay, for 2.2.2 prefix is same. Then if prefix is same, here is saying that if longest prefix is same from both sides, then he will follow the lowest administrative distance. So what is the administrative distance of a static route? It is 1. And what is the administrative distance of 120? Then it is, so which one is the smallest? This one. So he will prefer this route. Okay, so same you have example of everything. Okay, so here I have written the first is longest prefix or subnet mask, second one is lowest administrative distance, and third one is lowest metric. Okay, if all above three statement will match, then the router will go for load balancing. Okay, now this is also lab 1, which I told you. Okay, you define by your own. Okay, and find that okay, which one is best route. Okay, so again here you have default routing and RIP. Same here you have RIP version 2 and RIP version 2 both. Okay, So when you will do all this lab by your own, then you will understand the actual best routing selection process. Okay, if you have any doubt, you let me know. Okay, all is this. Now troubleshooting of the RIP, like okay, what should I do? So always keep in mind that do not configure the network with the wrong command. Interface might be shut, so find out the interface has some problem. Even you have seen in my lab also, when I was configuring, okay, we had a interface was down in this, right? This interface was down, remember? Okay, so I came and I enabled the interface. Okay, second, maybe your interface is the passive interface, maybe version mismatch, maybe maximum hop count has issued in your network, maybe. Okay, so this is the route filtering. Don't worry about this route filtering. Okay, route filtering is not part of your CCNA. Okay, now maybe authentication is the problem. Maybe router 1 has implemented authentication and router 2 has not implemented authentication, so you can create authentication between them so they can communicate and they can exchange the routes. Maybe you have a split horizon problem. You remember when we have configured manual neighborship, we have seen the split horizon problem. Okay, and maybe sometime auto summarization can create a problem in your network, so you have to find out, okay, that what should I do to reduce the problem. Okay, so always configure RIP version 2 instead of RIP version 1. Okay, so we have completed RIP. Okay, one more option I wanted to explain you here, that okay, there are some other method also to summarize with the help of converting these bits into binary. Okay, but this what I think is shortest form. Okay, there are other forms also too. You can reduce first this decimal into binary. Okay, these all decimal numbers. Okay, and then you can convert and to the summarized route. Okay, so you can use any method, but the reason you must get the summarized IP address, that's it. Okay, so we have completed RIP. Now from next we will be working on EIGRP. So please go with all the labs, configure all the labs, and if you have any doubt, let me know, so we'll work on those doubts. Okay, thank you.